What's up everyone, my name is Prema. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a get ready with me while I answer some questions that you sent to me on Instagram, Facebook, and wherever. So we'll be doing a little bit of that today. A little talk, a little getting ready. I have a dance tonight. If you know, I've been learning Odissi for a little while, on and off for like 6 years, but I don't really perform. But I decided this year I'm just going to bite the bullet and just do it. So I have a performance tonight for Ekadasi at Jagannath Mandir. Whenever we learn a dance, we offer it. And here's the thing. I've been doing Mangalacharan for like 6 years, basically. And this year I was like, you know what? I just need to finish this dance because I never offered it, never performed it or anything. So we're sort of doing that now. And I'm going to answer the questions that you all left me. And I got a lot of really nice ones. So we'll do that while I get ready. I'm just putting on some face cream. Actually, I got a question sort of related to this, which is, what type of skincare do you use for your face? It's blemish free and looks great. That's very kind of you. All my lights went out, by the way, so I'm kind of getting ready in the semi-dark here. I don't do anything to my face. I use, you see this CeraVe? It's a little bit expensive, but I find this to be a really good cream to use. I know a lot of people say different things, but so I've been using their moisturizing cream and I use their face wash in the morning. So wash your face every day, take off your makeup at night, cream every day. That's all I do. But also it's genetics. My parents have really good skin, so I think that sort of just got passed down to us, and I got really lucky. So I don't really do any fancy things. I wish I could be like, oh yeah, it's hyaluronic acid and something. Nope, I just do basic stuff. It's just genetics. Sorry. How's your life going? Is everything okay? Everything's fine. I can't complain. I feel like I'm always busy, but I also at the same time don't really do anything. I'm putting on a primer right now. I don't really do anything, but I'm also very busy all the time. And at the end of the day, I'm like, where did my day go? What did I do today? But we've got a drama coming up for Gadadhar Pandit's appearance day. And I've got my dance tonight. And I'm trying to see if there's like any activities that we can do in the summer, because I'll be here in Mayapur for the summer. There's something like for Ratha Yatra or something that I can put together. But that's about it. Still working on Ocean of Prema, editing that. I wish I could just pay somebody to edit it for me and get it out of my hands, because I really, like, I'll pay 10,000 rupees and just let somebody just finish it for me, because I really don't like editing. it's not that I'm not good at it. I think I am good at it, but I just don't have the patience for it. Like, I love content creating. I could sit in front of this camera all day, but I really just, the editing part is what trips me up, you know? And I have lots of ideas, but then to actually like sit down and like click, and my computer's kind of slow, like kind of bonked out. So that's kind of where I am with Ocean of Prema. I'm hoping to finish it in a month though. And then trying to decide what to do with it afterwards, because I do want to make more. I want to make it into a series, but it needs funding. It needs money, which I don't really have. So I'm hoping if people see the pilot, they're inspired to give something so that I can pay to rent the equipment, so that I can pay for an editor, so that I can pay, you know, the actors, I can pay for prasadam, or, you know, all these different things, because devotees do need to get paid for their work, you know. So there's that. Otherwise, life it's like peaceful, it's simple. Summer is upon us, so I don't know if you'll notice throughout this video, I mostly use e.l.f. products. I like their products. They're vegan, cruelty-free, paraben, phthalate-free, blah, 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 blah. And they're cheap. Yeah, so I'm here for the summer, boiling. Okay, this person asked, do you teach? If so, then please tell us how you manage home, job, and relationships. Look, I don't manage. I don't manage at all. I manage poorly. And it drives me crazy, because I do, like, I'm still an avid proponent of having a bullet journal, of writing your goals down, of making a timetable, making a schedule of what you're going to do every day, making a to-do list. Love all that stuff. Love it. But at the end of the day, I can't do everything. I can't accomplish everything. And it's just, I'll do something and then other things have to fall behind. Like when I edit videos, you know, I can't catch up on the housework, or I do the housework, but then, you know, something else falls behind. Then I don't spend enough time with my daughter. And then she's like, oh, you spend all day cleaning and you never play with me. And then it's like, okay, fine. Then I play with my daughter and then I never get around to the housework, or I never get around to cooking, or, you know, it's like, and heaven, spiritual stuff. Jeez Louise. least. It's taken a back burner lately. This is also why I haven't given Bhagavatam class in a long time, is because right now, with Padma being so small and having so many needs, I'm not chanting 16 rounds right now, and I'm not doing all my Gayatris. I'm doing like 4 rounds and 1 Gayatri a day, and I can barely get that in. So until I'm like following it perfectly, 16 rounds, I can't be Vyasadeva unless I'm following some kind of standard, and it's not really a very good standard. So I'm barely hanging on. So I might not be the person to get advice on that. I'm putting on a little concealer here. As far as managing, which is just like, you could try to do a little bit of everything, or you can just say, you know what, whatever. If the house goes to shambles, but I spent time with my kid, fine, whatever. You pick your battles. That's about it. Drama for Gadadhar's appearance day? Yep. There is going to be a drama for Gadadhar's appearance day. Script is written. Collecting the audio tomorrow. I will, if I have a video for it, I'll post the link in the description box so you guys can check it out. But yeah. When you were young, did you struggle with the fear of watching your family and friends age or die? If so, how did you cope, or how do you cope now? What kind of question is this? I'm out here trying to be easy breezy and light, and you're asking me about death. But to answer that question, yeah, I have always had a weird, I don't know if I want to say a weird relationship with death, but I've always, wait, this is the color corrector, not the concealer. This is color corrector, this is concealer. I always worried about my family, my parents dying, ever since I was really young. I don't know why. Especially now, when I think about it in hindsight, I'm why did I cry about this? They were still young. They were in their 40s. And I'm there, they're gonna die one day. And I'd be panic crying as a 10-year-old or whatever, But I don't cope. I'll be honest with you right now. I cannot cope. I do not cope. I try just not to think about it. When I think about my own mortality, it never really bothered me. I couldn't care less if I lived or died until I had my daughter, and then it was it gave me something to live for, basically, where I was oh, I need to worry about my health now, because if I die, who's gonna take care of her? Her dad? So yeah, after having her, then I was oh, I really need to work on myself and get healthy. But when it came to my family, especially my parents, yeah, it always freaked me out, but I just try not to think about it. Or sometimes my mom, these days, she'll be yeah, and then I'm gonna die soon. I feel I'm, she talks about dying a lot and what we should do when she dies, or what she thinks about, or whatever, And I'm always don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't entertain it. Don't bring it. I was I'm going to be so mad if you die. You better not die. You better live to be 100. I just can't cope. I can't cope. Sorry. I know, there's the whole philosophy stuff, but I don't know. You always need your parents, right? You always need that guiding person in your life. And, my Guru Maharaj, he's no longer in the material world. He's in the spiritual world now, or wherever he is with Prabhupada. So, I guess that aspect's gone. But I've always, since I was a kid, I always worried about my parents dying. And then I think about it, they're gonna die one day. And then I'd freak out. I have no solution. Just threaten your parents to not die. That's what I do. So far, they haven't died yet, so I think it's working. Too much boys at home. Father-in-law, husband, son, need some girl time. Can we have a potluck? I don't know who this is. Yeah, I'm down to potluck, whoever you are. Don't expect a lot from me. I'm not a very good cook. I just got this e.l.f. putty blush. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's just a little sticky blush. You take a little bit and you put it on, and you see how it's got so much color. Compare. Do you see? I don't know how I feel about it yet though, because it's very easy to go overboard. But I hear blush blindness is in now, so I don't know. I find that when I put on a translucent powder, it just disappears. I'm well, why did I do all this? Yeah. So yeah, I'm down to potluck. I don't really know how to make anything potluck worthy. I feel pasta is not really, I'm not so talented at pasta, but I can make sweets, cake or apple crisp or something like that. I could do that. Is that okay? I don't know who this is, but you tell me if you're down to potluck. Your thoughts on the Pahalgam incident. I am doing a get ready with me. One person out here talking about what you're going to do when your parents die. This one's asking about Pahalgam. What's happening? What's happening right now? So basically, for those of you that don't know, there was recently a terrorist attack in Kashmir in a town called Pahalgam. Some terrorists came in and killed about 26 people, and it was like it was a religiously motivated attack, where they asked people if they were Hindu or Muslim. They asked them to recite the kalam, I think it's called, and they made the men take off their pants to show if they're circumcised or not, and if they weren't circumcised, they killed them. And these are just like innocent tourists visiting from all over India to just see like Kashmir. Kashmir is apparently a beautiful, very scenic area of India. So do you see how it just disappeared? Of course, it's atrocious. It's terrible. I think what was done was just, awful. There's videos of like the dead people, people all bloodied up and stuff. And it was just terrible. So, my heart goes out to the victims and their families. And, I pray that they catch these terrorists that did this, find out what organization they work with, and stop it once and for all. And of course, this terrorism against Hindus is just, it's awful. It's awful what's going on right now, and nobody's talking about it. I know it's still happening in Bangladesh, specifically targeting Hindus who are a minority in Bangladesh. And then you see it happening, specifically targeting Hindus in Kashmir. Like, it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. I put on a different blush, like a powder blush, because I couldn't see it. See, now you can kind of see it better. This person asked, can I be your secret friend? I don't know who wrote this, once again. And here's the thing. No. I have no idea who wrote this. But no. If you don't want to be seen with me in public, if you don't want to hang out with me in public, you are not my friend, okay? I don't do secret friends. Either you're my friend and we hang out and we talk and we're friends, or we can just be acquaintances, Hare Krishna, and just end it. You know what I mean? But I'm not doing no secret friends where outside we pretend like we don't know each other, and then inside we're like besties and we're chit-chatting and sharing our personal lives. Like, that doesn't work. So the sari I'm going to wear for the dance is like a dark blue. So I'm going to wear a blue eyeshadow with this makeup. Just a little bit of blue, like over here, and then keep the rest like neutral, and then some black, because you gotta extend the black liner. My dance teacher, he was telling us like how we should do our makeup and whatever, and then he's like no heavy makeup, and I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, you don't want eyeliner? He's like, no, you should do your eyeliner to here. I'm like, well, that's pretty heavy. I'm like, no blush? And he's like, you can do blush. I was like, no lipstick? He's like, you do lipstick. I was like, what is heavy makeup? And then I had to like think about it. And then I was like, oh, he means like no pancake makeup. In the old days, they had that white pancake makeup, and you take that makeup and you like put it all over your face, and it like resets your skin tone to white. And then you like put some color on it so it makes you like a lighter shade. That's what I think he was talking about. And nobody does that anymore, right? Like, I don't remember the last time I've seen anybody do pancake makeup. So that was like, yeah, of course not. Yeah. So anyways, no secret friends. If you're my friend, be my friend. Otherwise, and I don't know who this is. I literally don't. I'm not paying any money to Not Gonna Lie app so that they can tell me who it is. That's insane. So no, I will not be your secret friend, right? Because isn't that what it is? Like, if you're going to be my friend, be my friend. Doing the corners here. See, you can get a nice crisp line when you put the tape. That's why I put the tape. When you take that tape off, it's like, oh my God, she really did that. And it's like, they don't know. I put tape. This person said, you know what I'm forgetting? Primer. Can't believe I started and didn't put the primer on. This person asked, is having kids a blessing or a burden, especially in this economy? Children are always a blessing, I'll be honest. There's always something to learn from having a child. They're just so sweet and precious and innocent, even though sometimes they're like a little bit annoying. Like, sometimes it's a lot. Padma can be a lot. I feel like this is hitting. Padma can be a lot sometimes, but it's not her fault, She looks up to me, so I sort of try to be patient with her. And she's also a little kid, she has no control. She has very little control of, like, how she feels, like, if she has a tantrum or something, so. And it's just normal, and you just have to accept that, children's behavior is normal, and it's part of their life growing up. Children are always a blessing, but the thing is, if you have a kid when you're not ready to have a kid, it becomes a burden. If you're not emotionally ready, if you're not mentally ready, if you're not spiritually ready, if you're not financially ready, it can be a burden real quick. It can be a burden real quick. And it's not the fault of the kid. It's your fault. It's your fault. Don't have kids if you can't afford to have the kids. Ain't it? If you can't maintain the child, don't have the child. See, I done janked up this makeup. Anyway, no one's gonna see it. It's a quick dance. It's like 10 minutes. Don't have kids when you're not ready to have kids. That's it. Be smart about your decisions, about your choices. Because children are always a blessing. I've learned so much from having Padma. And in so many ways, I feel like with my daughter, I've gotten to, for me, it's like a do-over, you know? I've done so many things in my past that was wrong. And somehow it feels like having her, it's my chance to make it right in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. But it just feels like there are times I should have treated people better and I didn't. And then I look at Padma and I'm like, this is kind of my way to make it up to that person. One thing that always comes to mind is when I was little, my sister used to follow me everywhere. And she used to like, you know, I'm the oldest in my family, and she used to follow me everywhere all the time and ask me a million questions. She wanted to do everything like me. She wanted to copy me. She wanted to play with me. Anything I did, she wanted to do. And I used to find it so annoying, you know? And then my parents would like buy us like similar clothes, so we would like dress alike. It was a lot. And I was just like 8, you know, and she was maybe 5 or 6. And I could just hear her tiny little voice like, let's go, big sissy. And I would be like, shut up. Stop calling me that. You don't know what that means. And yeah, she always followed me around and I was always so annoyed. And she would ask me, I remember one time she asked me to spell I love you because she wanted to make a card for our mom. And I told her it's spelled H-A-T-U. Or H-A-T-E. And she wrote it down and gave it to my mom. And my mom was so mad. Like, why did you make her write this? Like, she looks up to you. I always felt bad about stuff like that. She would do anything I asked. And I was just like, such a terrible big sister. So like, Padma is around and she is just like the sweetest, most innocent child, about the same age my sister was. And she follows me everywhere. Like, everywhere. Like, from one room to the next room to the next room to the next room. It's endless. She follows me everywhere. And it's a lot. It's very, very like overstimulating to have somebody who just like, you just don't get any peace, you know? And I just like always remember my sister. And I'm like, this is your chance to be different, you know? Don't be the person that you used to be. You can be better. You have a chance to not be that person again. So my patience for Padma is very, very, very high. Even when it doesn't feel like it, because I'm trying to somehow make up for being the sister that I was. I don't know if any of this is making any sense. I done junked up my makeup. Look at how bad this is, you guys. Look how bad this is, you guys. I'm in my daughter's room, by the way, because it's the only room with an AC and it's boiling outside. So for me having a watch this crisp line. Oh my God. Oh my God. So crisp. Okay, let me just take out the things I need. I still need mascara, liner. Oh, I need to do the corner of my eyes. So yeah, so I just think like, see what because you're the adult, right? Like you have access to resources that a child would not. See what you can do to somehow find a way through whatever you're struggling with your kid. Like even if it's little things, like there's so many reels from like actual like pediatricians that give advice. Like one that helped me recently, right? Because I really struggle with getting Padma to like brush her teeth and change her clothes, get ready for bed. And I'm always like nagging her. And then this pediatrician, I'm going to link her Instagram, but she was like saying, okay, like she gave an example, like your kid is at the playground and it's time to go home. You give them the countdown, which I do with Padma. I'm always like, okay, you can watch your show for 5 more minutes and then we got to get ready for bed, right? And then 2 more minutes and 1 more minute. And then I'm like, finish up. We got to, but she still doesn't want to. But then she said something interesting. She said you should make leaving into a game. You can tell them like, hey, do you want to have a race to the bathroom, or do you want to pretend to be frogs and jump to the bathroom or something like that? So I was like, let me try that. So then I did. And I was like, hey, Padma, do you want to race to the bathroom, or maybe we can pretend to be frogs? And then she looks at me and she's like, can we be mermaids? And I was like, yeah. So then we were mermaids to the bathroom and we brushed our teeth. There's lots of resources now compared to like a long time ago. We should take advantage of those resources. Last question I got. I have a question about how to address a woman devotee. Is Mataji a little bit offensive in the modern context? How do you react if someone calls you Mataji? What could be the opinion among women devotees in Mayapur or elsewhere in the Hare Krishna verse in different stages, ashrams of life? This is like a very big question. One, I'm fairly certain I'm not qualified to answer. But basically, okay, so just speaking personally, there are very few instances where I insist someone call me Mataji. If you're a brahmachari, yeah, that's Prema Rupa Mataji to you. If you are my student, if I'm a teacher, that's Prema Rupa Mataji to you. Otherwise, I really don't care. My friends don't call me Mataji. That's weird. People that I consider my, like, contemporary, they don't call me Mataji. Even, like, seniors, I don't really care if they call me Mataji or not. Like, it doesn't make a difference to me. But there are some people where we have to draw a boundary. That's basically it. For me, Mataji is a boundary. I'm doing my eyeliner not my eyeliner. I'm doing my eyeshadow kind of heavy because it's a dance. So I think it has to be like darker, right? Yeah. So for me, Mataji is just a boundary, but it's not like, oh, you have to call me Mataji, you know, in all circumstances for all people at all time. I always see with dancers, are my eyebrows uneven? Yes, they are. I have do you see one eyebrow is higher and one is lower? I can't fix that. It just is what it is. This is my face. Just get used to it. No secret, friends. I always see this thing with dancers. You ever see how they do the little swoop with the eyebrow? Swoop? I want to do that. Okay. Anyway, as far as other people, the general rule is if you don't know them, just call them Mataji. Even if it's younger people. Little girls might giggle and find it funny, but it's, again, what we're doing here is creating a boundary. What do you think about the eyebrows? Can you see the little? I think I'm too subtle with my makeup. This is too subtle, you guys. Because there are circumstances where boundaries need to be made, like with students, like with brahmacharis. Because I wouldn't dare just call a brahmachari out by their name, right? I'll be like, oh, so-and-so Prabhu. Even if I know them, it should still be there needs to be a level of respect. And it's okay, I'm not going to insist on you calling me Prabhu. Okay, here's the thing. So I know, and I'm fully aware, that when we're talking about this Prabhuji Mataji thing, Srila Prabhupada never called his female disciples Mataji. This we know. This is an established fact. Srila Prabhupada only called women he didn't know Mataji. And everybody else he called Prabhu, even the women. We know this. This is a fact, okay? Which is why I gotta do my eyeliner so carefully. It went inside my eye. This needs to be longer. I have to make it longer. So it's a fact. Prabhupada never called his female disciples Mataji. We know this. But I think it became more prevalent after Srila Prabhupada disappeared from the material world. Learning from there are many things that we picked up from other Gaudiya traditions that we do now in ISKCON that was not prevalent in Prabhupada's time, like chanting Nitai Gaur Hari Bol and Jai Jai Prabhupada, glorifying the deities and kirtan, all that stuff Prabhupada never introduced. That was introduced via Gaudiya Math. But we still do it because now it's just part of our culture. It's just part of our tradition. So Mataji, I think, was another thing that was never introduced by Prabhupada, but became part of our culture and tradition. I'm going to try to put a little thingy here just to make it a little, got a wing here and a wing here. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, that's not the topic. So I know one time my guru, Bhakticharya Swami Maharaj, he said, He was very angry with a disciple who was please don't call me Mataji. Because it was a whole fight that she had. And she just told this person, you don't respect me, so just don't call me Mataji. And that's the thing with Mataji too. Is I don't feel you actually respect me like a Mataji when you call me Mataji. So why are you calling me Mataji? You know? There was one time I used to love it, and then I realized, oh, these people are actually fakers and they don't actually believe I'm a Mataji. Anyway, that's not the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make was that my guru, hearing this conflict, somebody had twisted it and said, oh, she doesn't want to be called Mataji anymore. She wants to be called Prabhu. That's not the point she was trying to make. They were just trying to gaslight her. So my Guru Maharaj called and he was like, look, I agree that women should become gurus, okay? Women should become gurus. But the women being called Prabhu, I don't agree with. He said being a Mataji is a glorious title. You know, it belongs to Mother Yashoda, Vrindavan. You should be proud to be a Mataji. So I don't agree with women being called Prabhus. He's like, I agree with everything else. They should be gurus, whatever. But this Mataji stuff, he just he wasn't into it. And fine, if he says women should be called Mataji, cool. Fine, whatever. I'm trying to do under my eye with the pencil, but I'm trying not to make it look crazy. But it's not working. Oh, it's really not working. Oh, my Lord. Oh my God. Oh goodness. Oh gracious. What do you guys think? It's crazy, right? There's a lot. You guys, who can help me? God help me. Somebody. What is gonna happen to this dance? This makeup is foreshadowing my dance. So that's my feeling on being called Mataji. And you should just call people Mataji until you know them very well. And if they tell you, please don't call me Mataji. Like sometimes someone will call me Mataji. I'm like, you don't have to call me Mataji if you don't want to. We're friends, so it's okay. But just to be on the safe side, call people Mataji until they tell you, don't call me Mataji. Just call them by their name. So I'm pretty cool like that. But Mataji is just a boundary. And I think in this day and age, we realize people don't actually respect us as mothers and as women and a title, really. And that's all the questions that I got. I don't think I got any other questions. I still have to look my eyelash curler. Just kidding, it doesn't hurt. I just gotta do my eyelashes, putting on some Big Mood Elf mascara, and then I gotta do a lip, and that's about it. One tip I got a long time ago was, instead of doing this and scrunching up your forehead, making lines, just bend your head back and look at yourself in the mirror. Then you don't have to scrunch your forehead. You guys, can you believe I'm gonna be 40 this year? I'm gonna be 40 this year. I can't believe it. I'm so old. I don't feel old. I do have like a wish though. If you guys are still watching, I have a wish for 40. I'm really trying to get monetized this year, and I need you all to like and share, subscribe. If you love me and if you love this content, I'm trying to get monetized. So do everything you gotta do to help me hit 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. If 1,000 people could watch a video 4 times, right? You know what's crazy is I'm not worried about this dance at all. I feel like I've done it so long, like I'm just gonna go up there, and as long as my knee doesn't fall out of my leg, or I don't fall when I do a spinny, I'm gonna be okay. I feel really good about this. I am really worried because my knee is killing me right now. It's been hurting because so I've been going to dance class like every single day, and I overworked my knee at one point. Just a little setting spray here. I overworked my knee, and I love this setting spray because it smells like coconut. It smells so nice. Anyway, I overdid it with my knee, and it started feeling really wonky, and that makes me really sad. Odyssey jewelry is silver, so I'm gonna get I have a big silver nose ring that I'm gonna put in. So hopefully my knee doesn't like fall out of my leg or something weird. Either way, I just have to walk it off and finish the dance. Because there's no way I'm not finishing this dance. I have been working on it far too long. What happened was, if you've been following the lore, in 2018, I'm sorry, putting my nose ring is so gross. In 2018, I had a miscarriage, and then, after you've had a miscarriage, you really just want to start to work on getting past it as soon as possible. So I still had like a little pregnancy belly. My dance teacher said maroon lipstick. I don't usually do maroon lipstick for a dance. I mean, not that I've done so many dances, but as far as I know, it should be red. So I'm going to mix it. I have red, and I've got like this purpley, maroony color. I'll just mix those together. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so lost a baby, desperately trying to get my body back together. I was kicking my butt with exercising and getting rid of the baby bump, and I saw the sign for Odyssey, and I was asking some friends, like, is this good? Is this guy legit, or is he like a creep? And they're like, no, he's really nice, and he's a good teacher. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I'm just gonna do it. So I went to go see him, started taking classes, took them seriously. So that was in 2018. Then I got pregnant at the beginning of 2019. So, and everyone was like, oh, you need to go on bed rest. You tried for so long to have this baby, take it seriously. You can't be like jumping around and doing all this stuff. So I was like, fine. So then I had to quit. So then I went to America, had the baby. Then the pandemic happened. Look at that color though. Okay. That color, not bad. Then the pandemic happened. So I ended up staying in America for a few years. Came back in 2022 to Mayapur. But I was way overweight. Like there was no way my body could have danced until I'd lost some weight. So lost some weight, got back into dance. But my knee... Was it my knee that was hurting at that time? The knee was hurting, but I was so sick. There was some illness passing around Mayapur, and it gotten me so sick I couldn't breathe. And dancing takes a lot of breath work, and I couldn't breathe. So I ended up having to quit because I could barely get through class without coughing and wheezing and needing an inhaler and cough drops and all kinds of stuff. I said, okay, I gotta get better, and then I can hop back into the dance stuff again. Then last year, end of last year, so it's like the end of 2023, I got back into dance again, and then, got back into dance again. I did one dance, first dance, Katie Chanda. Nobody recorded it. I got a couple of snippets here and there, but not the full performance was not recorded. So that's just there. And then he left, and he didn't come back for a while. And then I find that in the winter my knees hurt really bad. I went to see a doctor. The doctor said they're fine. It's just knees. You got to strengthen the muscle around the knees for it to stop hurting. So I've been doing that. And I told him, I said, you know what? In the summer, I'm here. Let's just bust it. So I've been kicking my butt every day in dance class. Why did we start talking about this? Anyway, this is my look for the dance. I don't know if it's good, but it's good enough. Now I'm gonna go put on tilak, bindi, get dressed, put on the headpiece. And if somebody records this dance, I'm gonna stick it at the end of this. But if you've been watching this long, thank you. Thank you for watching. It's been a lot. These are some very interesting questions that I got here. Thank you for asking them. And also, if you want to support me in so many ways, like, share, subscribe, check out the links in the description box. And of course, as always, be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and thanks for being damn good. Bye!